A lot of being a student right now looks like sitting still and listening to an adult talk in a room about things that you might have various levels of interest in. So part of being in a learner-directed environment is figuring out if you had time and space to explore your interests, what would you do? What would you explore? What would you look into? What curiosity would you follow? That exploration piece is often lost in our education system. We've kind of schooled the curiosity out of kids by the time they are getting old. So in a learner-led environment, we want to rescue that sense of wonder and questioning and curiosity and exploration.
When we think about a learner-led environment, you will never see a teacher up explaining something. We will be asking questions, and hard questions that make the learner think. So if they got the problem wrong, why did I get it wrong? What step did I miss? We'll ask those kinds of questions to prompt them to dig deeper into the work that they're working on. Most often in a teacher-led environment, teachers are lecturing. But in a learner-led environment, our students are exploring. And the best way for me to kind of describe that is to think about, you can give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. That way we are instilling a lifelong learning process for you to love learning and become a lifelong learner.
We want them to find the answers to the questions that they have, even to the questions that they don't have. And so in our environment, it's so important for them to explore because they're going to find the answers for themselves. And it's not going to be from someone's lecturing them on a day-to-day basis or, trying to fill their heads with potential useless information that they might not use again. But instead, it's questions that they want to know, things that they're potentially interested in, that they can just take the reins and go.
In the learner-led environment, the guide needs to actually sit back and observe so that you can see what's happening, what they may need, where they may or may not need the guidance. So it's best just to sit back sometimes and see what's happening. Otherwise, you'll never know what they may need. You won't catch it. You won't see it.
By having an environment where learners can explore their own interests, can follow through on their own kind of like lines of inquiry, they're building the skills of learning. If you're sitting and you're listening to someone talk at you for hours a day, that's what you get used to. And that's kind of what you expect of the world when you go out into it is, people are going to hand you solutions instead of posing problems. Part of being in a learner-led environment, part of the teacher's role is to pose problems, ask questions, prompt thought, and then let learners explore on how to find the answers. And there will be failure, and there will be trial and error, and there will be frustration along the way. But often that's the most important part of learning.
When we think about a teacher-led environment, teachers are usually the ones front and center. But in a student-led environment, we are partners in your education. And so we believe that following along with the student, what do they need? How can I ask questions to guide them along this journey and be a mentor there to help them along the way instead of just showing them the way?